address the House for 5 minutes
Without
to
objection.
revise and extend my remarks. Thank you, Mr. Speaker. I rise with my colleagues today to call for an immediate extension of the emergency unemployment benefits, including those who have hit the 99-week limit. Also, I want to ask for the extension of the payroll tax holiday for millions of Americans. I also urge my colleagues to reject attempts to attach these urgently needed economic recovery actions with partisan proposals to gut the Clean Air Act and support big oil at the expense of middle and low-income individuals. Republicans in the House have already tried to pass hundreds of anti-environmental bills, amendments, and policy riders. Apparently, this is not enough. Now Republicans want to combine repealing important Clean Air Act provisions with the extension of the payroll tax cut. Ironically, Mr. Speaker, repealing these Clean Air Act standards for industrial boilers would cost our economy $21 to $52 billion per year in higher health care costs resulting from asthma, lung cancer, emergency department visits, hospitalizations, and premature deaths. Not surprisingly, Republicans have also included expediting approval of the Keystone Pipeline in exchange for a payroll tax extension. This is unacceptable. The proposed route for the Keystone Pipeline is currently being reviewed and revisited by the State Department. Also, past State Department environmental impact statements have been found to lack key information on the real and potential environmental impacts of the pipeline. Republican politicians must stop playing games with the American people and holding hostage the recovery of our entire economy just to score political points with their extreme Tea Party base. Instead of wrapping special interest policy riders and polluter giveaways into a tax extender package, Congress should focus on those policies which are demonstrated job creators. That is the payroll tax cut, domestic clean energy incentives, and unemployment extension. We must not fail, unemployment compensation extension. We must not fail to do the work of the American people, and we must not fail to extend these critical benefits before they run out. I call on Republicans to quickly bring a clean bill to the floor that extends emergency unemployment benefits for the millions of job seekers who continue to struggle to find a job in the middle of an economic disaster that the careless deregulation of the banks, 2 wars, and tax cuts for the wealthy created. Also, it's really unconscionable that while we're trying to increase the time limit for unemployment compensation past 99 weeks, the Republicans now want to reverse this to 59 weeks. This is just downright mean-spirited. So let's have an up or down vote on a clean bill that extends the temporary reduction of the payroll tax cut for millions of Americans who really cannot afford a tax hike. Let's have an up and down vote on a clean bill that isn't filled with special interest policy riders and polluter giveaways. Let's have an up or down vote on a clean bill that keeps millions of families out of poverty. Failing to extend these critical benefits would cripple our recovery, endanger the public health of our community, over 500,000 jobs. We can't afford to ignore the needs of the millions of Americans who have run out of time and who are now losing their homes, falling out of the middle class, and relying more and more on government assistance. We really should be taking actions to implement targeted programs and policies that ensure that we are a nation that truly will provide ladders of opportunity and the removal of barriers to the American dream. We should be taking strong action to protect public health and the full implementation of the Clean Air Act as a tool for cleaning up pollution from these power plants and commercial boilers. We also should be working with other countries to reduce the impacts of climate change and to help poor countries adapt to climate impacts. This is nothing short of a national emergency, and we must do more to support middle and low-income families, protect the health of our communities, and support our hospitals and local businesses and get people back to work. This really should be a moral imperative during this holiday season. I yield the balance of my time.